Hey everybody, welcome back to Durbin's Bourbon. I'm Joe.
And I'm Josh.
We're doing another blind for y'all here. It is the Jim Beam, and it's just the standard Jim Beam collection. It's not the high-end Jim Beam small batch, which is the Booker's, Baker's, Knob Creek, Basil Hayden's. I don't really like any of those, except Knob Creek.
I like Knob Creek.
The Knob Creek Maple is good, but we're not doing those. These are the standard 3 offerings, starting with the old tried and true Jim Beam white label. It's 4 years old. Then the Jim Beam, which one do I have in front of mine? The Devil's Cut, which I enjoy quite a bit, and the Jim Beam Black. Years ago, Jim Beam Black used to have an age statement on the bottle. It was 8 years old. I think they still keep to that regimen of approximately. Yeah, they just don't have the age statement put on there anymore.
I really like this one. I drank a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's usually $19, $20.
Right.
And it's much better than the white label Jim Beam,
Yep,
which
the
I'm
white
not
label.
a huge fan of. So
Me either.
Not looking forward to it in this blind.
Right. The Devil's Cut is all it is Jim Beam Black with, they have a process, so they say, of extracting some of the char alcohol that's trapped in the barrel. I don't know if they wring out the staves or something. I don't know. There's some type of extraction process that they have discovered, and they pull that whiskey out and they add it to the Jim Beam Black to give it a little bit more of a char characteristic. I thought it was real gimmicky until I tried them side by side, because I had both of them. This is actually from my collection and that one's from Josh's. Brand new, and this one I just bought because I don't actually keep white in my collection because I don't actually enjoy it at all.
What if it's like that when we did the blind of Johnny Walker and I picked red as my favorite?
Right.
Maybe it will.
Maybe.
That's the beauty of a blind.
Right. You never know.
Might like cheaper stuff.
And it's like, what was it, $14?
I think yeah, somewhere around 15, 14, 15.
We went to the liquor store today, and it was an exorbitant amount of money for me.
You got a shopping cart.
I did, because I was missing some of my higher-end stuff that I needed to replace. So let's get into this. It is the same as all our blinds for all you out there that's watching. We do the same numbering, 1, 2, and 3 from the inside out. We'll just give a nose and see what number 1 is.
Good number color. 1. Yeah,
Jim Beam products are standard.
My number 1 is kind of weak on the nose. It's got some vanilla.
My sniffer is still kind of jacked up, so yeah. We'll see how this goes. The old COVID nose. It's kind of, this is kind of, I got some.
Maybe I have COVID. I'm not getting a whole lot of stuff out of either.
First I got vanilla.
Yeah, I definitely. It's a sweet, but it's light to me.
Which
I don't know.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't know which ones are which yet.
I'm really happy that
this one.
I got a hint of vanilla, but then it's very plain. Plain. Okay, number 2.
So my number 2 smells, I think, a little.
And Jim Beam's mash bill is a rye mash bill as well. You know, rye, corn, and malted barley.
Ooh, that one.
Huh.
Number 3 knows more brown sugar and vanilla. It's got a little more oomph to it.
My number 2.
My number 3.
My number 2 has no noticeable nose, really.
My number 2 is kind of like that too.
Plain. Well, vanilla. I'll go back to this. Oh man,
it's so hard.
Let's go to the number 3. Man. It's like, at first there was something and now there's nothing.
Yeah, they've got very weak noses.
Yeah.
To me. Are they all 80 proof?
Well,
the black's 43%, so 86 proof.
And this one is 45?
Yeah.
45,
wow.
So 90.
Alright, I'm going to try my first one.
Okay. Third one.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh, cheers.
Oh, cheers, pal. It's got kind of a sweet finish. That's not bad.
I tried my number 3. No noticeable, not much of a nose on number 3 either, but slight burn.
Some wood on that one. I got wood.
And acetone or green. Okay, let's cleanse the old palate.
Ooh. Ooh, I'm not liking the flavor on that one.
My number 2, let's go in. Nose is still, gosh, virtually nothing.
Ooh. My number 2, not pleasant. Tastes new, green. I'll put green, that'll make me remember.
Huh.
How's your number 2?
My number 2,
Oh, I guess they're not the same necessarily.
Right.
Green.
my number 2 had a decent,
I gotta try this number 3 because I think right now that's the white label. Okay.
I'm trying to do really quick notes, just
That one's definitely got more depth. So I'm gonna say, I think that's definitely the white label, just from what I've done so far. If it's not, I'll be shocked because it's got a really young tasting compared to the other two.
palate.
Yeah.
My number 1 had it was my first one I sniffed, so maybe my nose works for 1 and then it just dies. But it had vanilla.
Yeah, I think. All right, I think I know what mine are at. God, my tongue's burning.
Man,
Yeah, that middle one for me. Maybe I'll give it another try now that my tongue is numb. Oh, didn't get it. Nope. Mm-mm. I mean, it's not horrible. It just has that young green.
good grief.
Needs age.
Yeah. Stella, be quiet. Dogs are barking.
She's like, okay. Yeah, I think I got mine. Picked what I think they are.
Ugh. Boy, number 3 is not tasty. I tried it again. All right, so this is number 3. Okay,
Get your
so
little ticket out of here.
I'm gonna have to. My palate is still jacked up too. So
Is it?
yep.
I'm not getting a whole lot of. I'm not getting a whole. Though I think my number 1 is the Devil's Cut because it has a very strong wood characteristic.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my favorite as 1, 2, and 3. So I think. Ugh, I think this is white
Can't
label.
get this piece of paper out of my pocket.
Oh no! And then I think I'd like to think that this one is the Devil's Cut, and then I think this one is the black label. That's just my guesses.
Yeah.
I'll be pleasantly surprised.
Do you have a favorite?
I do.
Okay.
Um,
Me too.
Sweet up front, burn and char. I went back to it.
I gotta try this middle one more time, but I think that's gonna make my mouth water. No.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah, I'm going back to. Yep.
See, now that one's pleasant. That tastes like a good Kentucky bourbon.
Huh.
Not great, but you know,
All
$20,
right.
$30 bottle. All right, you
So
ready?
you have your favorites.
Yep.
Let's do yours.
Does it do me first?
Yeah. So
Okay.
number
so
1.
I'll tell you what my favorite was.
Okay.
to least favorite, and then I'll tell you
All right.
what I think they are
Okay.
after that.
So
Sound
which
good?
one's your favorite?
So my number 3 was my favorite.
Number 3 was your favorite.
Number
I'll put
number 1 was my second favorite,
second.
and then the middle one was dead last, not even close to the other two to me.
Gross.
Yes, gross.
Okay.
And then so I think my number 1's the Devil's Cut. I think my number 2 is the White Label. And I
Yep.
think my number 3 is the Black.
There you have it,
Oh,
folks.
yeah.
He nailed it. 100%.
My smeller works. It's
His number
It's
one-
distinguishable. Go ahead.
I don't. It's
No?
not that distinguishable for me. Once again, like I've told you guys the last several videos, I'm still COVID jacked up, but things aren't the same. Yeah, he nailed it.
Yeah.
Number 1, I poured him Jim Beam Devil's Cut. That was his second favorite. He called it. Number 2, I put the White Label right in the middle. I wrote gross. He called it. He didn't like it. He called it his White Label.
That's not good.
And number 3, Jim Beam Black, and that was his favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm surprised because the
tried-
Devil's Cut has more char to it.
but it's not really
there's-
char. It's like a green wood almost.
Huh. All right. Good. Well done. Let's move on to me.
Yeah, it's more like a green wood instead of a char.
Yeah,
So
and-
this one, basically, it's that without that
I'm
woodness
wondering-
to it, and it's I don't know. I think the 8 or the Black
It's
Label
so
is
hard to beat.
It's a good. I could sip it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good. It'd be great on
Yeah.
ice ball. I bet.
Yep. Yeah, I love
Okay.
the 8. It's an 8-year. I mean, it's good bourbon.
Let me see. Okay.
All right. So here is I'll tell you my favorite.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go favorite to least favorite.
Okay. My favorite, which I came back to, it had no nose it, which surprised me. My number 1 had more of a nose, but
Okay.
then going back, it's like my nose disappeared. So my favorite was number 2.
Okay.
It had a sweet up front, some char, and some burn. That was really all I could pick out of it. But I went back to it, and I still got kind of the same thing, but it was real slight. I had to hunt for it. My second favorite was number 1.
Okay.
I had vanilla on the nose, some char, and it had some green notes to it. I kind of picked up some green, but it had the most nose, surprisingly. And I thought, I'm going to like this one the most. But then number 2 had more palate.
Oh.
I don't know
That's
why.
interesting.
It was strange. And number 2 had no nose. I
Yeah.
couldn't detect it. Nor number 3. No, not much nose. And number 3, slight burn, wood, green. I went back to it again, and it was kind of, I didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
I think
So
Number
You got
3.
1, 2, 3 as far as favorites.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think number 1,
Okay.
Black Label.
Okay.
I think number 2 is Devil's Cut.
Okay.
And I think number 3 is White Label.
Okay. Well, you'll find this interesting. We just so happen to pour the exact same things in these glasses. So your favorite is the White Label. But your smeller's broken and your taste is broken. I can't believe you thought that was better than the Black. I just drooled. Yeah, so that's Devil's Cut, White Label, Black Label. You can save so much money. You spent $200 at the liquor store. You just buy a handle of gross Jim Beam.
I'm
Try it again, knowing.
disgusted
Try it
with
again, knowing.
myself.
Try it again, knowing.
Yeah, there's nose. There's coconut. There's that crazy coconut I'm getting.
No, no. It tastes like Jim Beam. It's very nothing, right? It's good. So then try the 8 again. Or the, I call it 8, but the Black Label.
That's
part
this
right
one?
now. This is my favorite. Yeah, it's so much better. I wonder if it's the rye.
Yeah.
Because the longer it's aged, there's
Hey.
more rye. Really?
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
And I loved that
I
stuff
know.
before COVID. I loved it. I could have
Oh,
swore
no.
that was White Label, man.
That's how I feel with the rye. Oh, it's jacked you up, dude. That sucks.
That's almost
Yeah,
gagging.
I wouldn't go off that then. Like if you're gonna buy, wait till your taste and stuff comes back, because that's not
Before they
right.
Come back. How can I drink the bottom shelf shit bourbon?
And to me, it's really gross.
It was to me before.
I know that's what I mean. So it's
It
like
would gag
I'm
me.
not, and I'm pretty across the board, I can drink a lot more stuff than you can as far as the. Actually, the more I drink good whiskey, though, the worse I'm getting at that. But
I bought Angel's Envy. I can taste when they're wine finished and stuff. I can taste those, but why in the hell?
I don't know.
And what was number one again?
With Devil's Cut.
So I really enjoyed Devil's Cut. That's why I keep it in stock.
Let's try
and
that
I
again.
don't have the Black Label anymore.
It's for me, the Devil's Cut. It's good, but for $20, it's great. But compared to the Black Label one, it's got such an astringent wood characteristic.
It was
which I think I like.
Yeah.
Usually, but having them together, I like that Black Label much better.
See, this is my second. It's pleasant.
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that craft
I think
one.
you know what it is? So I get a lot of rye from the Black Label. I bet it's the rye that's making you... Because I think the woodness of the Devil's Cut counterbalances that rye a little bit more. Because I don't get a lot of rye flavor in that, but I get a lot of rye flavor in the 8-year.
But then you don't. What do you get out of the White Label?
Just green gross, like any of this stuff,
so
like that one from Wyoming, like the
Right.
You get those micro distilleries that they just didn't get enough time to age. That's what it tastes like.
Golly.
I wouldn't even want to put that in a mixer.
No, because
you could.
I know. I'm so disgusted with myself.
We should probably end this. We're gonna drone on forever.
Well, we hope you all have enjoyed this review of Durbin's Bourbon.
And this review of whiskey.
Yeah. I'm just so disgusted with myself. I'm so sad.
He's got a downward spiral. It's not your fault. It's the Chinese. They gave you the COVID. I'm just kidding.
I'm so angry.
That was a joke.
Wuhan. I'm so disappointed. So my favorite was number 3, right? No, my favorite
that was your
number
least
2.
favorite.
How is that? My brain is freaking the F out.
You need to I
gotta
smell the flower, blow out the candle.
I'm freaking out.
I'm starting to sweat. Is that normal?
I'm sweating too, mostly because of anger.
I'm sweating because I'm fat.
Gosh, dang it. We hope you've enjoyed this blind review. He's spot
fun.
on. I didn't call a single one.
Nah, you were way off.
I am a broken individual. I hope you all stay with the channel, and I don't blame you if you don't. I'm disappointed.
Wow, you're really...
I'm taking this hard. I hated Jim Beam White Label.
Dude,
I would pour it in the
can't.
toilet rather than drink it. I hated it that bad.
It's not good.
Okay, I'm broken. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. I'm not.
Have a laugh. Buy some White Label. Maybe, if you're COVID curing and you're after post-COVID, pour yourself some White Label. It's delicious for $14.95.
Yeah, dude, you can just drink that out of the bottle. Be like, this is so good.
I'm so broken. Thanks for subscribing. Our subscriber count is 3,000 and what? Gosh,
yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please do. It doesn't hurt you at all. It helps us.
Nope. We are finally monetized. Those of you subscribers and you watch us and you watch the videos all the way through, no matter how painful it is to you, it does help us. We do get some revenue through YouTube and our AdSense accounts, and it helps us to future buy bottles of whiskey that I can't taste. So
I can.
He can. So you're helping us fund the channel and buy some products. It doesn't hit our checkbooks quite as bad as it used to when we got no money at all. We appreciate y'all so much. You don't even know.
Yep.
And you guys are awesome, and gals. Guess we'll wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Before I cry. As always, enjoy your whiskeys and bourbons any way you like. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, buddy. Drink some White Label.
Oh, raspy, dude.
So delicious.